Minister for Education, representing the Premier.
Thank you. Thank you all for coming. I stand on a stage with faith leaders from around South Australia and more than a dozen members of Parliament and candidates from all of the parties across South Australia. There's 2 elections on, but all of these people have come here standing in solidarity with the people of Ukraine. So I don't speak only on behalf of Steve Marshall as the Liberal Party representative. I think I speak on behalf of all of them when I say Slava Ukraini.
Heroям slava!
Ukraino me s toboyu. There are people here from multicultural communities around South Australia. People who have come to Australia in all sorts of circumstances, whose hearts reach out to our Ukrainian community. At a time like this, the entire world finds that we are joined together, our hearts aching for what is going on in Ukraine, what the Ukrainian community around the world has suffered under the violent aggression, the illegal violent aggression of those who are seeking to take what is not theirs. We know that our Australian community joins with so many other communities around the world in supporting the actions that are being taken to halt and to help Ukraine's government. The Australian government, I think with support from all parties, has done a number of things that are important. We have stood on the floor of the General Assembly of the United Nations and condemned Russia. We've referred Russia to the International Criminal Court for their illegal behaviour. We've provided $35 million worth of humanitarian aid, and I'm certain there will be more to come. We've provided $70 million in military aid, weapons, missiles, equipment, and I know, at the request of President Zelensky to our Prime Minister Morrison, also medical assistance for those who are supporting the defence of Ukraine. We have taken sanctions against Russian banks and financial institutions, including, very importantly, President Putin's sovereign wealth fund, and frozen the assets in the West, frozen the assets and had travel bans on 400 individuals and institutions, including Putin, his cabinet, his backers, the oligarchs, and those who support that regime. There'll be more to do, but I know, sometimes we feel helpless to do more. There is going to be so much work that everybody here is able to do in the months and years ahead. Because not only by coming here today and showing solidarity with Ukraine is that important, but there is a humanitarian crisis. More than 1 million people have been displaced. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people have already left Ukraine, gone to countries like Poland. We've done so much to help them, and other countries in Europe, and are seeking further assistance abroad. Premier Marshall spoke to Prime Minister Morrison on Friday. I understand that every Ukrainian application for visa status, no matter what sort of visa is being applied for, is being moved to the front of the list. And there will be more, I'm certain, the Commonwealth will be doing in the days and weeks ahead. Many people, I'm certain, will be coming to South Australia. The first, indeed, as I understand, are already here. Many people will be seeking solace and support, and that support will come from government, it will come from the community, it will come from everybody here, whether your family is coming from Ukraine or whether people in your community are able to help those who are. There'll be so much support needed. As Minister for Education, I can promise you, their kids are going to be looked after and supported and educated in our schools. All of you are here today, and many, many thousands and thousands of South Australians at home who would have liked to be here as well. We will have work to do in the months and years ahead. We stand with Ukraine, and we will stand in solidarity with all of those who come here. Razom me silni. Thank you.